Okay, so now we are going to move on to some more complicated math. The plus and minus thing is simple, but you don't really learn much from that. The beauty of Scratch and the real strength comes from when kids are trying to figure out the mathematical process that gets you to an answer. Okay, and that's what Scratch does, because you tell the kids again and again and again, this is computer programming. It's not a game. It's not like there's a right way or a wrong way. The computer will do exactly what you tell it to do, only in that order. And as you've probably seen by now, the great thing about Scratch is they can't do spelling, they can't spell things wrong, and things that don't fit together won't fit together. So you can't connect these two together. They don't fit, right? But ones that do fit together will fit together. So Scratch really makes it sort of error-free, foolproof, I guess. So let's talk about some more complicated math. We are going to now make a calculator to figure out the area of a square. And this is great because then the kids have to be like, okay, how do you figure out the area of a square? I don't know. Like, they've got to figure out what exactly can I tell the computer to make this happen. All right, so let's get started. We're going to make some variables here. Make a variable, length of one side. Okay. We're going to make another variable called area. There we go. So we've got length of one side here. We've got area here. All right. Now, to get to this point, the kids are really going to have to think, what information do I need to give the computer? Well, you need to give them how long one side is, right? So we're going to ask, what is the length of one side of the square? Again, it doesn't matter what you type into this box. The computer doesn't read this text. Here's the little answer thing. Okay, we're obviously going to set length of one side to answer. Okay. All right, Kat, what is the length of one side of the square? It is 20. Great, length of one side is 20. Fine, big deal, whatever. We want to get the area. All right, so the area. Okay, kids, how do you find the area of a square if you know one side? Well, it's length times width, isn't it? It's a square, so if we have one side, we obviously know the length and width. If you're doing older kids, you could do side squared. There's a little square root thing in here, but we're not getting into that. We're just going to use the multiplication command. You could probably figure out where we're going from here. Set area to length of side times length of side. Boom. Done. That's it. That's all there is to it. That is our calculator to calculate the area of a square. Let's test it out. What is the length of one side of a square? Well, if I put in 10, the area is going to be 100. There we go. Area is 100. What is the length of one side of the square? I don't know, 8. 64. Okay. We're going to do a little different calculator now. I'm going to delete area and delete this variable. Okay. And I'm going to make a new variable called perimeter. Now, the perimeter is a different command. It's not length of side times length of side. It's length of side times 4. Okay, so the kids will be like, oh, right. Yeah, I get that because it's 4 sides. So, how long is one side? Well, let's start here. Click our green flag. Okay, it's 10. Now, last time the area was 100. We're now going to make an area, a perimeter, and it's obvious it's going to be 40. Look at that. There we go. Perimeter is 40. There's all kinds of fancy stuff you can do. You can have a square instead of cat. You can change this to make it look different. There's all kinds of menus down here you might want to play around with. You can change the background. You can draw. There's a lot you can do. Fool around by exploring in Scratch to see what you can do. At this point, you might want to stop watching the video before we go on to some more complicated stuff and play around for a week or two, or send me some emails. I'm happy to answer them. Okay. Now we're going to move on to some more complicated math. We're going to use this perimeter calculator we made to then draw the actual square. Okay? So we're not only going to calculate the perimeter, we're going to draw the square that we just calculated. So first of all, I'm going to change this sprite. I don't want it to be a cat. Let's pick a new sprite. You can pick anything you want. But, you know, the kids like this. They'll pick the ballerina or whatever. I think there's a pencil in here somewhere that we can pick. There's the pencil. Pencil is good because we're going to be doing some drawing. It doesn't matter what sprite you pick. All right. So we'll get rid of this. We don't need it. Delete the cat. We don't need him. This pencil's a little big, so I'm going to click up here, shrink it, make the pencil smaller. All right. So now we've got our commands here. There's nothing in the pencil. The cat is gone. We've got no commands. Let's start from the beginning. Here's our pencil. All right. Events. When the flag is clicked. You could do something else. It doesn't have to be the green flag. You could say when space key is pressed or when left arrow is pressed or whatever. So whatever. When the green flag is clicked, ask what is the length of one side of the square. Okay, what is the length of one side of the square? Okay, set length of side to answer. Okay, and set perimeter to length of side times 4. Okay, so there we are. We have our perimeter calculator, and now we're going to draw the thing. All right, so what's okay? It's 12, 48. Good. All right, now let's draw the square. We're going to move into this menu called pen. All right, pen down means that the pen is touching the page. Pen up means that the pen is not touching the page. You can change the color and all that here. So, pen down, and we're going to move our little pencil. Move it. How many steps are we going to move it? Well, we want to move it the length of one side. And the length of one side is the answer to our question, right? So, we're not going to move it 10 steps. We're going to move it length of side steps. Move length of side steps. So let's do that. Okay. What is the length of one side of the square? I'm going to say 100. Look at that. We drew a side that is 100, I don't know, scratch units long, pixels or whatever. If you're doing the pen, you're going to end up with pen marks all over the page if you don't put in an erase command. So I'm just going to drop that in quick here. When the space key is pressed, we're just going to clear the pen. That's the way to clear the pen. Because again, it's computer programming. You have to tell the computer what to do. Press the space key. There we go. All right, so here's our pencil. All right, kids, what is the angle of one side of a square? Oh, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. So in motion, turn 90 degrees. There we go. Okay, let's try it. What's the length of one side? 120. There it is, and he turned. Okay, but he didn't draw, he just stopped. Okay, so let's clear it. Okay. This repeat command. Look at this thing. Anything in here we will repeat 4 times. 4. There we go. Put him right around there. All right, let's go. We'll see if it works. The angles might be wrong. We can check that in a second. What is the length of one side? 120. Ah! There he is! Look at that! He drew our square. Woo! Let's clear it. There we go. A perimeter calculator that actually draws the square. Let's try that again. It's the length of one side. 50. There it is. Clear. What's the length of one side? 25. There it is. What's the length of, clear it. What's the length of one side? I don't know, 150. There's our big square. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to say that at this point, you might want to fool around with some Scratch some more, and enjoy all that it can do. There's so many cool things Scratch can do. And I'm going to now start a whole new thing about how to use Scratch to calculate probability. It's a great one.